Okay, hi guys. Today I am doing a tutorial on how to make masks like this. This is my Ms. Marvel one, and this is my Black Cat one. And they're just kind of skin tight, and I'm just going to basically show you how to do them. This tutorial can work for any character that happens to have something like that, like Harley Quinn, or like I said, Black Cat, Ms. Marvel. They can be done in any color. This tutorial is for how to make it out of craft foam. This is craft foam. Very cheap, very accessible, and it's very easy to do. So I'll just show you how to do something like this. I need to make a new Ms. Marvel mask, so I'm going to be showing how to do a Ms. Marvel mask, but you can use this tutorial to basically make anything. I'm going to talk about supplies you will need. First and foremost, you will need craft foam. Any size will do, well, pretty much any size that'll fit on your face. That's what you're looking for, because if you do something too small, you might run the risk of it not fitting on your face. So I just usually get these big sheets. My friend recently told me where to get large rolls. You can get them from your craft store. So you can get either a sheet like this if you're just doing a few, but if you have extra projects to do, maybe getting the large roll would work. Another thing you need is a heat gun. Honestly, this only cost me $20 and I've used it for several things. I highly suggest it. The brand I got was a Wagner, like Kurt. Anyway, other things you will need: Podge clear acrylic sealer. I recently found out about this and I actually really like it. It's a lot easier than having to paint several coats of Mod Podge. I usually get things like this and I go through them like crazy, and it takes forever for it to work, and then it also leaves, because I use a paintbrush, it leaves streaks from the paintbrush and the bristles. So I found this and I actually really like it. The next thing you would need is a black spray paint. This is Krylon Fusion Gloss for plastic, metal, wood, wicker, more, etc, etc. And then for the final glaze, you're going to do a clear glaze, triple thick crystal, and this will just basically seal everything so it doesn't chip off and it doesn't get ruined easily. So basically the first step is to have your template. I use my leather Harley Quinn mask, and I basically just use that for the basic shape of what the face is going to look like. You will need your pencil, and basically what you're going to do is trace out the shape of this template. Is just the shape that you will need for the face. It's not going to be the exact shape of your Ms. Marvel or your Black Cat, because there are several different variants of those masks. So I'm not going to say, hey, use this one, because their masks actually change several times throughout the comic books. So depending on which variant you want to do, you might want to make your own design or just do your own size. Okay. So this is the mask, or the template, and I'm just going to put that down flat, and you're going to trace it out with the pencil. I would also trace the eye holes. You're not necessarily going to use these, but it would be helpful for you to just have those there as a point of reference. You can't really see that, I'm noticing. Kind of barely, but it's on there. I'm going to cut this down to be a little bit smaller just because it's easier to work with it being half a sheet or something. This is where your nose is, right here, and then this is the top part. You want to do your best to keep this shape so that no matter what, it goes into the crevice of your nose and your eyes. Basically, you're going to just want to make whatever shape you want. I would do it just on one side. So that's kind of, if you want you can use a ruler, but I mostly just kind of guess it by what it looks like it should be. It comes to a corner here, and then it comes down to here. And you should try to make it as symmetrical as possible. That's probably why it's helpful to have a ruler to do this with, or why it might be a good idea, but I'm pretty lazy when it comes to that. I hope you can see that. Yeah. Okay. I'm doing it a little darker. And you don't need to worry if you're going to use a pen to do this. I just like using pencil because I feel like it's a lot easier to manipulate the line than with a pen, because you're going to be spray painting over this anyway. So after you get the basic shape of what you want your mask to look like, you're going to design how thick you would like it to be. Ms. Marvel's isn't all too thick, so I am planning on making it just a little bit thinner. And you want to have that crease where the indentation where the eye socket will be, just so that it doesn't lay weirdly on your face. So that is the outline for my diamond mask, Ms. Marvel. And as you see, it goes around the same side of your face and everything, so it should be pretty even. So the next step that you're going to do is basically fold this in half, because that way you get the same exact design on both sides. It's very symmetrical. So I just like to fold it and then hold it. Make sure you get the little groove where the nose is supposed to be, and then you just cut it out. Okay, I don't know where it stopped recording, but so this is that. You fold it basically in half to cut out equal sides on both ends. And if you don't like the shape of it, you can always just edit it and cut around. Like this one looks a little questionable, a little weird. So like that. Next you're going to cut out the eye holes. So for this, nothing fancy, I just kind of snip it in the middle, and then I follow my traced lines. Okay, so that's one eye hole cut out. Next, what you're going to do is fold it in half again, and then you're just going to trace out the eye hole so that you have it as symmetrical as possible. So you're just going to trace this. Okay, so it's transferred on to the other side, as you can see. Okay. So that seems to be the right size and shape. The next step would be to use your heat gun. The warning I have for you is that this will get super, super hot. When you are done with the heat gun, you need to place it, rest it so that it's up like this, not on the side. You will burn and melt things. I have burned myself several times, and I have melted things that I never intended to melt. So just be super, super careful and have some place to rest this, hopefully not around fabric or anything like that. Take your heat gun and heat it up. I should take my glasses off because you're going to be using your face to mold it to you, basically. You want it to be the shape of your face. So now you place it over the bridge of your nose. Let me get my hair out of the way. And it won't be hot, you won't burn your face, trust me. But you just want to push it into the crevice of your nose so that it takes the shape of that. And you're just going to hold it on here until you feel it cool down. Okay, so it's pretty much taken the shape of my nose, if you can see that. Kind of, maybe like that. And that's exactly what you want. And then what you're going to do is start, you're going to heat up these parts where your cheekbones are going to be and where your forehead is going to be, so it'll take that shape too. So that's taking on the shape of my face a little bit more. It's like rounded. In comparison to this side where it's just very straight, it has no definition at all, and this one is rounded to fit the contours of my face. So this is pretty much to my shape. Don't worry if it's kind of doing this right now. You're going to be putting some elastic bands on it that'll be able to hold it back. So you don't need to worry about it being like that right now. The next step would be to do the spray paint. So as with all spray painting, you want to find a well ventilated area. The first thing you're going to do is take your Mod Podge and spray one coat on the mask. As mentioned before, it takes about 15 minutes between each coat. This final one, you have to wait 24 hours for it to not leave fingerprints. So if you're going to be touching it, you want to wait 24 hours before you do it. And that is how you make a mask. So Black Cat, Ms. Marvel, whatever. So this is how you make it. And this is usually the finished product, what it would look like. Now with attaching this, you can either use spirit gum to stick it to your face. I prefer to use an elastic band just because that's pretty adjustable, and with spirit gum I found whenever I smile it tends to come off just because it's moving on your face. So I prefer to do the elastic band. Yeah, that's pretty simple, straightforward, easy tutorial. I hope you all enjoyed it and it helps with anyone who has any questions, and then saves some people an extra buck or two. That's my tutorial on how to make these skin tight masks, superhero masks or villain masks or whatever you want to call them. And I hope you guys enjoyed and it helped you guys out. This is Tuna. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.